We'll be going through how to install Openclaw for free on WSL or Ubuntu or Linux partition on your Windows system. Yo, what's up? It's your man and only Stotimon, and welcome to Clawmies. In this lesson, we will be installing Openclaw on a WSL Linux partition, or known as Ubuntu, on your Windows system. Now, this may be the most difficult way to install Openclaw on your system, but it does give the best performance. So what you want to do first is open up a Windows PowerShell command. You can do that by searching in the tab over here, Windows PowerShell, and then type in WSL -install. After the install completes, you may need to restart your PC, and once you restart the PC, you'll see in your search menu a option for Ubuntu. You want to launch, preferably as administrator. Okay, once Ubuntu is launched, or WSL or your Linux partition, you want to use the command to sign into your user profile and not the root profile, because when you install things on a root profile, it does tend to sometimes also get installed on your user profile, and this causes conflicting processes, files and folders that will cause major problems when trying to run Openclaw. So we're going to use the command. I'll put all this in the description for you guys. SU space and your username, and this will bring you to your user profile in Ubuntu or WSL or Linux, however you want to say it. The next command we'll be using is sudo apt update and then sudo apt upgrade -y. And I do have mine password protected just for security purposes. This will install and update Ubuntu for you. It is a bit of a long process, but this is needed, and this needs to be done regularly to keep it up to date. Okay, after the process, we're going to be installing the Node.js, which is a requirement and also needs to be updated periodically for your agents to work. Once again, I'll put these commands in the description that you can just use and paste. In order to paste it into Ubuntu, just right click with your mouse, anything that you've copied, and it will paste it into the terminal, right? From there, we hit enter. This is going to install the latest versions of Node.js, and make sure that all the dependencies required to run Openclaw are set. The next step will be to install Ollama on WSL. We'll use the command, paste it in, and run the command. Alright, once we have Ollama installed, you want to test if Ollama works by going with Ollama version, Ollama -version, and you can see it works. And the next thing we will do is pull a model. So we're going to go with Ollama list. I'm just going to show you the models list that I have already. Now, not all of these do work with Ollama. There are a bunch of free models that we will be using to set up Openclaw that you can use for free. Okay, so to show you how it works, to pull a model, actually, you will go with Ollama, pull model name. For example, this one will use Quen 3.54 billion. And as you can see, it starts pulling the manifest. It will download the file. Once the file is downloaded, you will be able to run the file in Ollama by going with Ollama run, and the model name. We'll do a quick test with a small model. We'll go with Phi 3 mini. Let me just spell that correctly. Okay, while the model loads, if you are having any issues with Ollama not running in WSL, what I would suggest is opening up a second terminal. Be sure to set your username. And from here, you can go with Ollama serve to start the Ollama server. And as you can see, ours is already running. But if you are having issues and the Ollama server does start in a second window, do not close that window. Allow the server to run in that window, and then you can go back to your first menu and we'll run Openclaw through that one. If you are enjoying the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because this is only the beginning and we'll show you how we've actually got our agents running over two 10K a month businesses and about to scale to 2x and maybe 5x within the next few months. Okay, for our next step, we need to install. Okay, let's recap. Since we've got Ubuntu or Ollama, since we've got Ubuntu WSL Linux partition installed on Windows, we updated Ubuntu, we installed Node.js, we installed Ollama and pulled the model. Now we're going to install Openclaw itself, right? So we'll use the command to install Openclaw. It will run through the process, let it install, it will do everything for you. Okay, once we go through the processes, you'll see it will run the Openclaw doctor, create authority code for the gateway tokens. We'll say yes for the gateway token. It will. Okay, at this point, Openclaw is trying to start the gateway service, but since I do not have it running on WSL, I'm going to say no. Okay, so as you can see, it's created a gateway token. It's got the gateway. It's got the web URL or dashboard URL plus the token here. It's opening up in a browser tab, as you can see, so we can connect here. But since we do not have the gateway running, or I do not have the gateway running, I am unable to connect to Openclaw through WSL, right? Since I do have an instance of Openclaw running through Openclaw running, and this might be a little bit confusing, please bear with me. I'm not going to start it here because it will clash with each other, right? So what we're going to do is run the Openclaw onboard command, and this will take you through the setup process of selecting the provider and the model we're going to use, all for free. Then setting up our Telegram so we can chat to our bot through Telegram. If you like through Discord or many other options and channels that they provide, you can do so as well. Okay, so once you get to this point, we're going to click on I understand and click on yes, or select yes. From here, we're going to select quick start. From here, we're going to click update values. Since you'll be starting fresh, you'll be adding your values. I'm going to choose updating values because I've already pre-configured my onboarding process. But since you're going to be starting fresh, we'll go through each one to help you get your first agent set up and working. Okay, since we've got Ollama installed, and as you can see, there are a ton of providers, we will go to Ollama, select Ollama as our provider. We will go with cloud and local models. So if you do pull any local models through Ollama, you can use both your cloud and your local models through Ollama. Okay, now that we've got Ollama set as our provider, you'll see a list of models that we have pulled already and tested. For the models that are free, I would suggest is Gemma 4 cloud model, GLM 4.7, which is pretty decent, Minimax M3, but it is heavy on token usage, so you'll be capping out your free account very quickly. And I think Minimax 2.5. These are the basically 4 models that are currently free on Ollama. The one I would suggest using is either Gemma 2 or the Minimax 2.5. Those are fairly decent. While Gemma 2 has vision, tool calling, and everything you would need, the model is a little bit lacking in certain ways, and you might see issues later on. But overall, it does a pretty good job. Okay, so we'll select Gemma 4 31 billion cloud is our model. Okay, now we get to the channels part on how you can actually speak to your bot on different devices, whether it be through Discord. I have them set up through Telegram. This is user friendly. Enter Telegram bot token. So in order to find a bot token in Telegram, we're going to go to Botfather. If you don't have a chat with Botfather, search Botfather and use the command new bot. So it creates a new bot for you. You will need to create a name for your bot, and it will give you a API key that you can give to Openclaw so you can chat to your bot. I do have a bot that I no longer use here, so we'll be using this one here for API token. All you need to do is click on it. If you do have a bot already and you want to use, select my bots, otherwise new bot, name your bots, get your API token. From there you want to go here, right click, paste the token into Ollama. Paste the token into Openclaw's onboarding process to set up the Telegram bot. Okay, for the search provider, this will be our browser search. I'm just going to click skip for now. When it comes to configure skills, we'll say yes, but we will also skip for now. So enter space, enter again. Google Places, no. Notion API key, no. Open API key, no. 11 Labs, no. And skip hooks for now. So enter space, enter. Now it says the gateway service already installed. Would you like to restart it? At this point, if you are running it, yes, restart your gateway service and you can launch your bot in your web UI. You should now be able to connect to your bot in your web UI and also in your Telegram, right? As we have our Openclaw set up here, and this is how I primarily speak to my Openclaw in Telegram. And it's pretty much that simple to have Openclaw installed on your PC using WSL. Now WSL does offer the best performance and is one of the more difficult ways to set up Openclaw for free on your PC. There are some troubleshooting tips that you might want to go through. I'll give you a quick list of tips. Is make sure your Ollama is connected and it speaks to the server, speaks to your Openclaw. If you are having any issues, check on that first. Next, you want to go through onboarding to make sure your model and provider are selected correctly. Then you want to set up your Telegram, and then you're pretty much set to have a free agent running on your PC 24/7. If you are having any difficulties with this, do let me know in the comments. I will make a separate video where we go through all the problems you could be facing and how to fix them.